Good afternoon. I'm Kayla Carper.
And I'm Brock Zabo. Welcome to NCTV. Recently, a new policy has been instituted prohibiting students from hanging out in the school parking lot.
There's a new policy during the 2015-2016 school year for the parking lots. The new policy states that before school, after school, or during lunch, students are not allowed to loiter in the parking lots. And although students are mildly disgruntled over this policy, the administration has reasons for enforcing it.
This year I asked that the campus supervisors enforce basically no loitering in the parking lots. We have 308 parking spaces in the student lot, and we only have at most 4 people monitoring that area. So it's hard to do adequate supervision on 308 spaces with 4 people. You know, it's for the safety and security of students and student property. We've shared the expectations with students that we expect the parking lot to be a parking lot, and that when you come to school you get your things and you go to school, and you know, when you're going to lunch you eat lunch wherever or come back and take your food somewhere else to eat, that we don't have kids hanging out in the parking lot.
Although students might find that the new policy is a little bit of an inconvenience, security asks that students do obey the new policy and they do not loiter in the parking lots before school, after school, or during lunch. Trust them, it's for your own safety.
With construction going on, with the auditorium, NC's drama is performing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown at the college.
NC has been going through a lot of construction in the last 3 years. But this year, we're seeing an auditorium get worked on. Zach Schneider worked on the auditorium almost every day, and every year he puts on a musical. This year, he's doing Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. So we decided to ask him, what is he doing without the auditorium?
This year we're doing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, because we are out of an auditorium due to the renovation. We've got a cast of 14. When you don't necessarily have a performance space, you've got to line up an alternate one. We'll be up at Casper College's Thomas H. Empey Studio Theater. Usually our auditorium is used by the symphony and art corps and elementary school groups and district music clinics. Since we're in this space up at the college, we get it every day after school. We should be up again by the beginning of next school year. We were trying to raise almost $350,000 to complete the renovation, and actually 2 weeks ago we hit $400,000. In the next couple of weeks we'll do what we usually do, get a couple of articles in the Star Tribune and the Journal. I try to use Facebook and online as much as I can. It's hard advertising for things these days because not everybody listens to the radio or watches TV or gets the newspaper. This is going to be a fantastic show. It'll be a more intimate musical than we've had in the past, but I'm really looking forward to being able to show that you don't need a big fancy theater to do great plays and musicals right before we get a big fancy new theater.
Next, let's learn a little bit about Theodore the fish and his micro-ecosystem.
So this is an eco-column experiment that my IB, Environmental Systems and Societies class, is investigating. And basically, if you look closely, there are 3 chambers. There's an aquatic chamber, which has pond water, pond grasses, and a betta fish. There's a decomposition chamber, which has soil, leaf debris, and some bugs. And this is a terrestrial chamber where we're growing arugula lettuce in some soil. In our aquatic chamber, we're testing water quality, so things like dissolved oxygen, pH of the water, and the clarity of the water, or what we call turbidity. In the other 2 chambers, we are testing things like carbon dioxide, oxygen, temperature, and humidity. And so trying to track those levels throughout the 2 or 3 months that we work on this experiment. My students are measuring different levels of fertilizer concentration. For example, this one's receiving 1% fertilizer each time it's watered, and this one's receiving 10% fertilizer. Even though this is a micro-ecosystem, and it might give us results for a small ecosystem, it doesn't do well to extrapolate those results to a much larger ecosystem, because there are so many variables, we can't control just one.
We will be following up on the progress of these in later episodes.
The cast went around asking the people of NC what their favorite TV show is. Here are the results.
TV consumes the majority of people's time. Let's find out what's your favorite.
So my favorite TV show is The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Favorite TV show is The Big Bang Theory.
The Office.
Jesse Stone or Quilt in a Day.
Daryl is my favorite character, and I think I like Daryl the most because I would want him on my team for the zombie apocalypse.
Definitely Daryl.
Sheldon, because he's so weird. He makes me laugh.
And Jim Halpert.
Eleanor Burns for The Quilting Show. And Tom Selleck for Jesse Stone.
It's just like action-packed and whatnot, so it's fun to watch.
Because it shows that even nerds can have a life and get a hot girlfriend.
It's hilarious.
Quilting is my hobby, and Jesse Stone is cute.
According to the New York Daily News, the average American spends 5 hours watching live television. But let's be honest, it's
Clearly, girls only favor shows if there's an attractive male actor. But on a more serious note, tragedy struck Casper last week when the Coal Creek Fire swept across East Casper, burning several homes.
The Coal Creek Fire burned 10,000 acres last week in Evansville, Wyoming, destroying 14 primary residences and numerous other buildings. Natrona County Emergency Management's Lieutenant Stu Anderson spoke with NCTV about protecting individuals and homes from fire.
And our emphasis is always on, and our first priority always is life safety. And that was to try to get as many folks warned and out of there as we could. The fuels were what we call light fuels, grasses, but it was 3 years of growth. It's 2 years that grew, and then this year was, if you will, a bumper crop of grasses because of our wet spring. So we had just about 3 years of dried fuel to burn with a 50-mile-an-hour wind. In that case, it makes the fire extremely fast, extremely hot, and it's hard to, if you will, to catch up to it. Homeowners, businesses, they can, get a hold of our office, get a hold of the fire department, get a hold of state forestry, get a hold of Wyoming Firewise, get online and get the information on how can I make my home more defensible. And it gives information on how to become more defensible. Make sure the driveway's clear, make sure the vegetation's cut down, you don't have tree limbs hanging over your house where if that tree catches fire it can catch your roof on fire. Just lots of different things homeowners can do to hopefully prevent an impact like this happening to their home.
Presently, the American Red Cross is helping victims of the Coal Creek Fire. Individuals should be aware of the fire dangers and prepare their homes accordingly.
Many people were forced to abandon their homes. But on a positive note, here's some old guys singing.
Oh, goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love. I'm gonna go away and leave you, never to see you any. Never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, so long forever. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island.
My name is Barbara Adams LeMaitre, and I'm here for my 50th high school reunion.
I'm Arthur Milton, and I'm here for my 50th high school reunion from Natrona County High School.
Plans to slaughter when it's over.
My name is Tish Costello Atkinson.
And I'm Tom Atkinson. And I'm here because it's her anniversary.
50th class reunion.
Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, merchant, chief.
I'm Shannon Forbes, and I graduated with the class of 1965 in CHS. We were the last class to get out of there before Kelly Walsh started.
Coney Island, baby, farewell.
I went on to college and became a teacher.
I ended up going to college in Illinois and eventually becoming an English teacher.
See you any, never gonna see you any.
After high school, I went out to LA and hung around with rock and roll.
I went on to graduate from the University of Wyoming and worked in the criminal justice system.
Farewell, so long forever. Bum, bum. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney
Wow, they still got it.
Well, thank you for watching NCTV, and remember,
Every day is a great day to be a Mustang.
You could be really super quiet for him, or it could just be, or the word R.
Wait on this one.
Do you have no idea how to do
So this one's the completely broken one, that one's the one that only has one that works. Shadow ops laser tag. Let's go take a look. It's as loose as it goes.
1782.
1782?
These are.
That'd be the new building.
Yeah.